Good morning and welcome back to virtual learning. Here is a video that I would like you to watch. You do need to put this into your notebook for notes. So as we kind of go through this, make sure you're putting this into your notebook. And then there is an assignment that goes with this that'll be due on well, 2 days from now. So we'll get a chance to ask questions during virtual time tomorrow, and then it'll be due the next day during that virtual time. So make sure you have all of that. We're going to get into some scientific notation today. So at the top of your paper, we're going to put notes. And I'm going to do scientific notation. Today's date is the 19th. Right, so first things first, before we begin, let's try number 1. We have 2 to the 4th power. 2 to the 4th power we know could be written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Or if you actually take 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So you're actually looking at 3 different forms. You've got your exponential form, your expanded form, and your standard form. Let's take a look at 3 to the 6th power. 3 to the 6th power is actually 3 times 3 times 3 times expanded form. 3 multiplied by itself 6 times, or the standard form would be 726. Now, if you get out your calculator or go to desmos.com, if you put in the number 2 to the 40th power, we're actually getting into some really big numbers, because this is saying I need 2 multiplied by itself 40 times. When you put that into your calculator, you actually get a decimal. You can get 1.099511628, and then you get this weird E12. Okay, this is a number so big that your calculator ends up putting it into what we like to call scientific notation. This E12 actually says we need to take this decimal and multiply it by 10 to the 12th power. This is in scientific notation. So if we take a look at this, times 10 to the 12th power actually says we have to move the decimal 12 places to the right. That's how big this decimal number is. So if we actually take this number, 1.099511628, and take this decimal and move it 12 places to the right, we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We ran out of numbers, so we have to add some zeros. 10, 11, 12. You're actually looking at this. 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. You got 1,000, million, billion, trillion, 1 trillion for your number here. But your calculator can only hold so many places. So what it does is takes this number, this very large number, and puts it into a shorthand form. So I guess we're now into that definition of scientific notation. Scientific notation, if I were to highlight that, it takes a very large or very small and puts it into shorthand notation. And they can all take this form. The shorthand notation will all take this form of A times some number n, actually, times 10. Oops, excuse me. A, some number A, times 10 to the nth power. So if I were to take a look at the number 1, we can write any number in scientific notation. 1 could be written as 1 times 10 to the 0 power. As we discussed, 10 to the 0 power is, 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So this is really 1 times 1 gives me 1. But I've got a number times 10 to the 0 power. Number 1 is written in scientific notation. 10 could be written as 1 times 10 to the first power. 100 would be 1 times 10 to the second power. 1,000 could be written as 1 times 10 to the third power. 10 times 10 times 10, 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. If I did 10,000, I get 1 times 10 to the fourth power. If I tried a million, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can see that there's a pattern here. Here I have 0 zeros, so my exponent is 0. Here I have 1 0, so my exponent is 1. 3 zeros or 3 places would be 3. Here I have 4 zeros, so it's to the fourth power. If I have 6 zeros, this would be 1 times 10 to the sixth power. So scientific notation is any number, let's say A, but A has to be a number between 1 and 10. But it cannot be equal to, or actually has to be less than 10. So it could be equal to 1, but it has to be less than 10. So I'm going to change that inequality here. Can't be equal to 10. Your number has to be between 1 and 10, but actually a number less than 10. So like 9.9 would work. All right, so let's kind of take a look at this and see how this applies to our scientific notation stuff. So for example, if I were to take this number, which I would love to have in my bank account right now, 1,245,000, we want to put this into scientific notation. Right now this is in standard form. What we want to do is put that into scientific notation. So easy way to do this, what I like to do to find the number between 1 and 10, I like to highlight or kind of square off the numbers in the front before I get to a bunch of zeros here. Take this number here, I'm going to highlight this number. And then when I look at this number, 1,245, this number is not between 1 and 10. If it was between 1 and 10, I would have to put a decimal between the 1 and the 2. So I'm going to rewrite this number as 1.245. 1.245 is between 1 and 10, so there's my A value. And then I would have times 10 to the something power. Well, the something power is how many zeros do I have? How many places do I have to move the decimal to the right to get back to my original? Well, if this was the decimal that I added, then I would have 1, 2, 3 places plus the 4, 5, 6, the 3 here that we had here. So we are in 1 million, so we know it's to the 6th power. Or we move this decimal 6 places to the right. Let's try another one. Let's try 4, 3, 5, 6, 9, 2, 8. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This would be a number I'd love to have in my bank account as well. But again, to do this, what I'm going to do is highlight or box off all of the numbers until I get to a bunch of zeros. And then I look at this number and see where does my decimal have to go? What's my A going to be? So if I were to put my decimal in here, it would have to go between the 3 and the 4. So this would be 4.356928. So I'm going to rewrite this 4.356928. This number is between 1 and 10 times 10 to the, and then we ask ourselves how many times do you have to move your, move your decimal to get back to the original spot. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we'd have to the 15th power. Let's try another one. All right, let's try taking a number that's in scientific notation and putting it into standard. So let's say we have 2.306 times 10 to the 15th power. So we've got a number between 1 and 10 times 10 to the 15th power. This 15th power is telling you to move the decimal 15 places to the right. All right, so if I were to rewrite this, I have 2, the 3, the 0, the 6. The decimal was here, so I'm going to have to move it 15 places to the right. So I have 1, 2, 3. Ran out of numbers, so I'm going to add some zeros. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is the number that we're looking at. And if we start adding in our commas, so 1, 2, 3, comma, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. This is the actual number that would go into your bank account. This also works with numbers that are super duper small. Number I don't want to have in my bank account. For example, if I did, let's try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a 1, 0, 2, 5. So like you have 8 zeros, 1, 0, 2, 5. The decimal is here. Okay, this is your standard form, and they want you to put this into scientific notation. Same idea. What we're going to do is box off our numbers until we get to a bunch of zeros. And then we want to put in our decimal because our number A has to be between 1 and 10. So I'm going to put my decimal between the 1 and the 0. And now we have to say, all right, well, where do I move my decimal? It looks like I'm moving to the left to get back to the original, which, you know, if we're moving to the right, we were, you know, positive exponents. But if we're moving left, looks like we'd have to get into negative exponents. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I know my decimal 1.025 would be times 10 to the, how many places did I move left, which would be 9. So 1.025 times 10 to the, oops, excuse me, negative 9th power. So I'm going to even put there, we moved left, so the decimal is negative. Okay. And we can also do some multiplication. All right, so let's say, for example, if I wanted to multiply 3.5 times 10 to the negative 3rd power times 7 times 10 to the 5th power. So here we have numbers being multiplied. Everything here is being multiplied. So what I would do is switch the order, where I'm going to take my A's, my 3.5 times the 7, and then I have my exponents, 10 to the negative 3rd times 10 to the 5th. And I'm going to multiply the 3.5 times the 7, 3.5 times the 7, if you get out your calculator, I think it's 24.5. Yeah, so it gives me 24.5 times whatever I get here when I multiply exponents. And this is why we did our whole rules when we're multiplying exponents. 10 to the negative 3rd times 10 to the 5th. Your bases are the same, so we're going to keep them. And what we do is add the exponents. So negative 3 plus 5 is 2. Now, unfortunately, this is not in proper scientific notation. If you look at this, 24.5 is not between 1 and 10. So what we have to do is change this so that it is. So what I'm going to do, looks like I moved this decimal one place to the left so that I get 2.45, which is now going to change your exponent here. So we moved it one place farther to the left, which means if I were to put this back into proper, I'd have one more place to go right. So that means I'm going to have to make this to the 3rd power. I'm going to stop here because then there's going to be another video here because we're going to get into dividing decimal or dividing exponents as well. So watch the second video after this.